Today's show brought to you live from Lounge Media Group Studios. It's Pedro and the Freight Hound with the Logistics Lounge. The views and opinions expressed on this show by its guests are not necessarily those of Lounge Media Group or the show host. So if you sue someone, make sure it's the party responsible for hurting your feelings. Also, grow up, be an adult, and understand not everyone thinks like you. And that's okay.
Yo, yo, yo. How's it hanging? Mr. Hound, how you doing?
Good, brother. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's a good day. I didn't get one thing done, so but I still got time to do it, I guess. So,
Yeah.
other than that, good day. Really good day.
Heard that, man. I had a pretty good day too. Hooked it up with the new customer, talking about getting some more biz down here in the south. So, all in all, man, good day. Still freaking cold though, but what you gonna do?
Yeah, we're same here on what is the temperature here now? I mean, not like it's 35 and sunny, not like it's freezing, but it got pretty dang cold last night. I think before we went to bed, it was I don't know, I think Cat said it was like 16 degrees without the wind chill. So yeah, it was got cold. Oh well, whatever. At least we don't have to deal with all the snow, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I'd
you
say
ain't lying there,
that's
man.
that's at least positive. Not that I wouldn't enjoy it, but people that live where we live, they don't know how to deal with that shit, and everyone goes foolish. So yeah, I'm good with that.
Big time. Big
Uh,
time.
we appreciate everyone joining us on this off day here. We just connected with these two individuals, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago. And Mr. Hound had the incredible idea of making an emergency show, get them on, and let's tell their story and let them tell their plight. They're dealing with something that a lot of people in this industry deal with, man. Not even if you're in the exact position, but sometimes unforeseen things happen and uncontrollables are there. And so this is a good one, and these people got a great story to tell, and they got a great service to offer and stuff too. So if y'all looking to do business with some folks, hey, we got some people on here today that are ready to do some business. So thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Let's see, John, I see 365 cares all over LinkedIn. Hope we can get, I know, dude, I know. And Amber, we've been telling Amber, hey, you better stay on it. Stay on LinkedIn. That is where you need to be, man.
Big time.
Oh, shoot, hold on, bro. Check it out. Crap, man. Look at me. I'm all messed up here. All right, go ahead, get to some news, and then we'll bring these wonderful people on. This is a follow-up to actually, I guess kind of say the final story on the couple stories that we've done beforehand. So the news brought to you by ar.pro/truckingnewshub.com. Go there and you can get all your industry news consistently fed to you in one site. You don't have to go to a bunch of others. Dude, I got too many videos here, bro. Too many videos. All right. Hey, we talked about this last year when it first came out before they even rolled out with the program. And then we did the follow-up story in January when they actually started it. So this has to do with the that tax basically that they were going to put on vehicles coming in and out or coming in and into Manhattan's like south of 60th Street. And they were calling it a congestion fee. So this is pretty much the nail in the coffin for that. So here, we'll go ahead and read the story. Stick with me. It's pretty lengthy. Tried to make it as short and concise as I could. Y'all go read the whole thing. It'll post up here probably about 15 minutes, I think. And y'all go and read all of it, get the full skinny on it. So Trump administration is pulling the plug on a prior approval of New York City's congestion pricing program that took effect at the beginning of this year. The Federal Highway Administration announced Wednesday it has terminated approval of the pilot program for New York Central Business District's tolling program. That's what they're calling this specific thing. In a letter to New York Governor Kathy Hochul, DOT Secretary Sean Duffy rescinded the November 21st, 2024 agreement that was signed, saying that they could initiate this and start going with the pilot program. In the letter, Duffy noted that the president asked him to review the prior approval of the program. In particular, he said the president expressed his concerns about the extent of the tolling that was approved by the Department of Transportation on highways that have been constructed and funded under the federal aid highway program. And he said it places significant burden on New York City residents, businesses, and area commuters. He said especially those that are coming in from New Jersey and Connecticut. So what we did know is there was also some more tolling that was going to go on. It wasn't just in Manhattan. I guess they had added some other things. So, just like the government usually does, they put little additional stuff in there. So that's what he's talking about there, if that doesn't make sense. Also, as detailed in the letter, Duffy is terminating the program for two reasons. First, he said the scope of the program is unprecedented and provides no toll-free option for drivers who want or need to travel by vehicle in a major urbanized area. Second, he said the toll rate was set primarily to raise revenue for the Metropolitan Transit Authority rather than it amount to needing to reduce congestion. So basically, he's saying, hey, you're not going to tax the taxpayers to fund a department within your city that is bankrupt because of your frivolous spending. If y'all remember, that's what this was to back this. So he said, we're not going to do that. New York State Congestion Pricing Program, he said this is a slap in the face to it, as working class Americans and small business owners in New York City have already financed the construction and improvement of all these highways and roadways, and then to make them go back and pay for it again through this tolling, he said, is unfair. Finally, Duffy highlighted the impact on the trucking industry entering the area covered by these tolls. He said, finally, it impedes the flow of commerce into and out of New York by increasing the cost for trucks to go in and out of the city, which in turn will make goods more expensive for business owners and ultimately consumers. So, I mean, dude, there was actually a trucking association that even sued these people, about this, trying to get this thing to not go through. And we all knew when we first talked about it, nobody liked this idea. Everyone was like, this is crap. I mean, it already is ridiculous to get over the GW Bridge and all the other tollways in and around New York City that you got to pay for. And, it's like now, as soon as you get off on the surface street, we're going to tax you and toll you on that too. So.
Well, that's good, man. That's crazy that the money wasn't even like, I don't know, dude, this is bullshit. It's bullshit, but good thing it's going away.
Yeah. So if you kind of read between the lines, it was kind of a double taxation. If you look at it, like you said,
just a cash grab, man.
Our taxes already paid for this stuff. You know what I mean? And now you're going to tax us again to help it out. So yeah, good thing, man. And it does good. The thing that we talked about was how this was going to make things in these areas more expensive. Remember that? We were talking about that, saying, hey, these trucks have got to pay $60 additional a day to come into this area. Like, they're going to tack that on to the bill that they for their customers. So yeah, good deal, man. Saving everybody some money. So got anything else you want to add on that?
No, man. Plain and simple. Let's get to these fine folks.
That's what I'm saying. All right, everyone. Christian and Amber with 365 Couriers.
I was lightning before the thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
I love it.
You don't meet many fellow Imagine Dragons fans, man. So I had to show some love for that. Like, I just, everyone kind of craps on them, dude. It's not cool to be a guy and like them, but I'm all for them, bro. I think they make some great music.
Me too.
We agree.
And if you go look up the lyrics of that song, and look at the meaning of it, like, fits perfectly. I'm telling you, bam, go look it up. Yeah, I chose it just for you. I promise, brother.
I like it.
How are y'all doing? Welcome.
Doing well.
What about you, Amber?
I'm good. I'm ready for some good stuff to start flowing.
Well, it will, it will. And that's, you getting on LinkedIn and starting that journey there has been a first part of that. I think you have seen how quickly you're growing and catch attraction and stuff on there. So,
that has been crazy.
Yeah, it's an amazing place, and that's what we wanted to bring you guys on before y'all become LinkedIn famous. You know what I mean? And you're moving into your 500,000 square foot warehouse, and then you won't have time for us little people. So, we're like, man, we got to get these guys first. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and just get into it and just kind of skip all the pleasantries. We'll scatter those in throughout the conversation. So who is Christian and Amber, and how did y'all get to be the owners of 365 Couriers LLC?
Well, we started it up from kind of a previous bad business deal with the former employee or employer, and we spun off into our own company starting in 2016. And,
we did not like the way he did business. We try to do things ethically in the correct way, and he didn't want to do that. So we were not everything parted ways at that point.
But so we went out and got a warehouse. We were doing dialysis supplies and home deliveries at that time, and so we needed somewhere to store it, and then we started getting more and more work for the warehouse. But yeah, it all started back in 2016. We managed to build it up, add new customers over the years, and now we're here. But
there had to be a before 2016. So how did y'all get into logistics? I mean, what's the story there? And lead us up to this business deal that went wrong. Like, man, dig the hole, give us the whole skinny here.
all right, so I've been in logistics my whole life for different companies. I ran auction cars as a teenager, ran construction supplies in my 20s, and back probably 15, 16 years ago, I started working for a company out of Greensboro, just driving trucks and cars, and ended up starting dispatching for them. I worked my way through, people quit, and I got into dispatcher role. And
I came to work there in 2012.
Yeah.
And that's where we met to begin with. We worked together. He did not like me when he first met me because I came in and was figuring out new paperwork that needed to be done so that we could keep up with everything. And first time I met him, I was like, I need you to fill out this new paperwork. And he didn't like me very much. And now he's married to me. So,
but yeah, that's how that one went. But yeah, I did dispatching for him. I ended up basically running the company. The owner went out to Spain for a year and a half, and I ran everything. And then he brought in someone else once his business started going down, because he had this newspaper route for sales ads and getting paid an absolutely insane amount of money for it, but ended up he was getting an insane amount of money for it, but having to pay the guy that set the route up and gave it to him like $2,500 a week to run it. So that dried up and he started having issues. So he brought in another guy
who is our president,
which is Ed. He's my business partner. We're the ones that started this up. But he brought in him, and then he went off the rails. He thought we were going to steal all the business and do this and that. So he pulled out of the deal, took all his vehicles, took everything, and that was after all the leases were set up. And so we just had to roll with it and go with what we had.
He did all that because Ed started noticing that he wasn't doing things the right way, that he was doing things that were illegal. He was doing things that were not okay. And Ed and Christian and I, we don't do that. So it parted ways. It was not pretty, and we have gone on and carried on our business, and he does whatever he does wherever he does it.
He well, I can tell you the kind of person he was, and it doesn't say a whole lot for drivers, but most of the truck drivers ended up carrying 2 logbooks back in 2008, 2010, because hours of service just out the window.
What's wrong with carrying 2 logbooks? I had 8. No.
Right? Daggone electronic log laws. But yeah.
All right, so
started with a lot of we had the T-Force first, right? the dialysis stuff. So that stuff came first, and we still run that. We've been running that for them the whole time. And we started warehousing for the bigger people, FedEx, UPS, all of them. Most of that ran through M&X. Well, just due to contract changes, when UPS bought M&X, it changed all the contracts as all that trickled down. So because UPS only uses one courier in the southeast, everybody that wasn't that courier lost everything. So we ended up losing like 75% of our business in one swoop. So it's like we went from doing 500-600 pulls a month to 10. That doesn't pay the bills. So finding new warehousing is really, really, really what I want and what we need, and getting that box truck out from in front of the building more days than I care to count.
Got it. So we talked. You talked about the the business deal that went wrong, and you kind of just had to pivot because you already had some things in place that y'all had to deal with. But so at that time, did y'all have a need for the amount of space that y'all have now, or was were y'all just thinking bigger when you went out to find this building or whatever and branch out on your own? Walk us through that, because we want people to understand the growth that it is from someone that is just doing some freight box trucking. You did dispatching for this company, and how do you just stumble into owning 22,000 square feet of space?
Well, we started with a 7,500 square foot warehouse, and it wasn't big. We were, like I said, we had to have a place for dialysis supplies, and then they started throwing more warehouse and stuff at us. So,
but
I
that's
guess
coming from like M&X, FedEx. Those companies are who we were doing the warehousing for. So they brought stock in, and we pick, pack, shipped it for them, however, or put it in the cage for a tech to pick up or delivered it.
But so we had the 7,500 square foot warehouse, and best thing about logistics during COVID, we did nothing but go up. So during the height of COVID, we ended up moving to the new warehouse, which 22,000 square feet. Just more and more business was piling on, and it was wonderful. Looking back, it kind of sucks that we don't get to claim any of those credits for people that lost business, but I'm not going to complain since we absolutely rocketed. I think we did almost $1 million in 21 gross, but it I don't know. It was going pretty good at that time, so we got the bigger warehouse and started filling it up. And as soon as we moved in there, our insurance guys like, hey, I know these people that need some storage, and got them moved in.
They've been there the whole time until now. We just found out a couple weeks ago that they're moving out the middle of March. So that is another, that's the whole 5,500 square feet in the back of my warehouse that's just going to be sitting empty.
So where did how did all of the trucks come into play aside from the dialysis stuff? Y'all got the box trucks and some Sprinter vans and stuff. And y'all also deal in some other things like the airline industry and all of that stuff, right? So how did all of those things come together, as well within us? What were y'all doing with the box trucks and all of that at that time?
Well, that's
we just have the one truck. So all the truck runs that we've done have been with one truck. So we handle a whole lot with not a whole lot
Well, we've had a customer since the beginning, which freight forwarder based in Greensboro, and we used to run a whole lot for them. Now they have a couple of their own trucks, so the capacity's dropped a bit on our end. Well, not the capacity, but the amount of work they send's dropped some. And they really, truck-wise, they were keeping it rolling consistently 4 days a week until they got their own trucks. And now it's rolling 2 days a week. We have the vans almost purely for the dialysis. We consistently run 2 to 3 vans a day, 5 days a week. We have 1 week that's off, so we'll have 3 weeks that it's absolutely crushing, and then 1 week where we got to find work for the vans.
Mm-hmm.
But
a lot of that has kicked over in with the courier stuff that we do also, because we've got the dialysis stuff is our basis. Like that's consistent, everyday, scheduled. We know what we're going to have, when we're going to have it, with the exception of a few add-ons and changes here and there. But we've done a lot of the courier work, and we've worked for all the big guys, all Airspace, Lasership, On Track, all of the M&X, FedEx, all the big guys that you think of when you think of running courier stuff, on demand work. And so we're totally used to getting, doing blood runs and doing, transporting organs and surgical trays and things going from one hospital to another, or one surgeon to another, that kind of stuff. And so all of that piles in also. And of course, when they closed down TE Connect in Greensboro, we used to run a whole bunch of stuff under DHL for them. Well, when that warehouse closed, there goes that business. So, that was, we used to do a lot with the courier stuff, and it was literally like mental chess all day long. And I loved it, because you'd come in and you think you've got this going on, and then you get three jobs come in and 4 phone calls, and you're like, okay, wait a minute, I got to pull this guy from over here and put him over here, and I can do this. And I loved it. But a lot of the courier stuff has died down. Just, I think Airspace has got a lot of their own commanders that they use. We can't compete with that. So it's not anything that we have done. It's not pricing. It's not service. It's just times are changing. And so we got hit pretty hard about 6 or 7 months ago when they started pulling all the stock out of the warehouse. And I guess we probably should have seen that coming, but we did not.
Well, you never do. I had the same thing happen to me last year. I lost a lot of my book of business. It pretty much collapsed with one customer, and I was stupid. Like, I was almost their sole provider. Everything I saw was good. They were in a very niche space. Like, other companies were shutting down in their industry. They were buying them out. All of these things happen, and it's like, all of a sudden one day they're like, hey dude, we're filed for bankruptcy on Friday. I would tell all your trucks probably not to come in here. And it was just boom, like that. Again, nothing I did or anything else, but so the mistakes happen. But so what do you think was shifting 6 or 7 months ago? You had mentioned the contracts, UPS and the buying out of the M&X and those type of things, but what was it that was going on that hasn't allowed for y'all to bring this stuff back in as well?
We're not Courier Express.
Hold on. So, well, yeah, warehouse wise, all the companies that we have catered to just have existing contracts once they got bought out. Mm-hmm. You got to go with that. In fact, the people that came to move the stuff are like, yeah, we can't even stand these guys, but we have to use them. As far as the more courier and delivery work goes, a lot of the reason we can't win that back, there's been a huge drop in on-demand courier work in Greensboro, period. I guess they figured out other modes of transport. We've had companies that didn't shut down, like TE. They didn't shut down. They just moved their production to Mexico. We were picking up tons and tons of stuff out of their distribution center, but they're no longer putting it out of there. They're running it all out of Mexico. And it's just, then you have companies come in that are hiring their own independent contractors for deliveries, and they don't want to use a service because they can pay 80 cents a mile to some Joe Schmo with a car to run it instead of paying us. It's just a change in, I guess, a change in business logic. Everybody going to more of that gig economy style where they're willing to do it for half the price of what a company could even think of getting away with.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. You know, the company of size stuff is it sucks to say, but a lot of the times it ends up winning out. You know, I mean, we talk about that a lot on the show, and a lot of other business owners that we have in many spaces across the industry, you know, that are small, they all talk about the same thing, that a lot of times it comes to, you know, the economy of size with us, with some of this stuff, you know, and the pricing models and all that. And it wins out. They can do it so cheap that there's no way that you can compete with it. And it's like, man, you can offer whatever service you can think of. Like I will pick up your freight and then I will wash your car when I get done, you know what I mean? And it's like, they're like, yeah, I don't care. You know, it doesn't matter to me. So, you know, it's beginning to be difficult, and, you know, brokers face it, you know, drivers in the regular space, carriers in the regular space are doing the same thing. You know, we see it every day. People are going out of business, you know, these couple, you know, smaller operations, 100 trucks, couple hundred trucks, whatever. And then all their stuff is you'll see 2 weeks later, you know, such and such lanes bought out by insert 4-letter company here or whatever, you know what I mean? Or insert acronym for venture capitalist company here. So, but, you know, so what are y'all currently doing to try to, you know, make the shift? I mean, are y'all actively out there prospecting? I mean, are you expanding the market, your market reach with the areas you service? Where are y'all kind of standing at right now? Tell everyone that, and then, you know, maybe lead into, tell us more about your warehouse. You know, what kind of space do you have? What are you looking to store? What all will you offer? Can you offer? And with your courier service, like, you know, let's hear it all.
Well, we fell into that whole comfortable thing. We were comfortable, weren't expanding business, weren't looking for new business. We had it rolling in, but now that all this happened, we're looking at, you know, we were just doing service parts on the warehousing. So we're wanting to expand into B2B cross-dock and transloads, pick, pack, chips. I mean, we're ready to get into just about anything warehouse-wise.
There he is. We were just talking about you, Mr. Dot. Man, them ears was burning. Just talking about you, literally. That
numbers on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
We so we're looking into getting into just about anything on the warehouse. We can handle whatever. We have WMS in place. We just never had to fully utilize it because what we've always done, she talks about 500 pulls a month. It was low volume but high paying. But we're ready to get into any sort of B2B. Hell, I might even go with e-commerce if I can figure out the right pricing on it. Other than that, we do we're constantly looking for more work on the courier side. We're constantly looking for work on the truck side. I'm sure I could put it out on the road 20 days a month and make money off of it, but I would much rather have it more local, regional. So I think that melds better with our business type where we can service more local companies instead of trying to figure out a load every day here, there, and the other place.
I think that's really why I haven't gotten into the load boards it's just
that, and I don't want to send my truck out for $1.75 a mile when I can make $3 a mile running it regional. It just doesn't really make sense to me.
I agree. I'm with you. I'm with you. You know, I don't know how the box truck market and all that stuff is over in that area, but you know, I mean, you get the right stuff, man, you make good money at it, you know, especially if you start getting more in that, you know, white glove type things, you know, carton and crating and all of that type stuff. Excuse me, coffee's coming back up on me. But you mentioned something I'll tell you is a diamond in the rough when you're out there on the road, and that is transloading, cross docking, whatever you want to say.
I was about to bring that up for drayage work and stuff.
Let me,
time.
dude, everything, dude. What I mean, rejected loads, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your truck broke down, man. I'll tell you what,
dude. I've thought about it, dude. I want to like open up something out here in Tennessee, man, because we got like all those Amazon warehouses and like Napa, and dude, like getting that rejected and then saying like, yeah, we don't have an appointment for you for another 2 weeks. Come on now.
Right.
What time do you need me to have my dock clear? Like,
yeah, no, that's what I was saying too. Like, hell, you can like
call me. There's a truck an hour away. He needs help. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Absolutely. So like as a courier, like, so you guys are like doing like, you're doing like parcel stuff or like is it like multi-stops, multi-pickups, like?
That's more on the dialysis end. It's all we come up. You can't do routes because you never know when the customer's going to be scheduled. But we pile it up to where they have 6, 7, 8 stops in a day.
Okay, so like milk runs, kind of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I get that because I like the side of business I work in. We do like LTL and consolidation for like the wine industry out in California. So yeah, that it still boggles my mind, like going to like 6, 7 different wineries at one time. But it adds up though, and like, you know, I tell people, man, it's money to be made in it. You just have to have the freight, obviously. But yeah, dude, $3 a mile or $2 a mile on a box truck, that ain't gonna cut it.
Right.
Well, with the
what part of North Carolina y'all out of again?
Greensboro.
Greensboro.
Dead in the middle of it, just about.
I think I asked you, Amanda, but if y'all are like in the alcohol or anything,
you gotta read that screen again.
I know that's like the second time he said that too. Not only he said it back then.
What?
Amber, not Amanda.
Oh,
But
I'm so sorry.
Amanda for years, so whatever, you know. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
I've been called worse. It's okay.
Well, my brain's churning right now, so
I like it. I like it.
Let's see here.
As far as the courier stuff goes, we do some of it is single pickup and multiple stops, like with the blood runs and that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of wiggle room with that we run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
They like to call me at 2 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. And he gets up and goes at 2 in the morning.
Well, I saw on y'all's website, y'all got like, you know, a car and like SUV and stuff. Y'all ever thought about doing like pharmaceutical stuff? Because I've seen like Ford Tauruses rolling around town that just have like yada yada logistics and an MC number, and it cracks me up. But like,
right. That'd be something wonderful to get into if we could find the right contacts and contracts.
Yeah. Oh, I see here. There's an independent pharmacy distributor right down there in High Point.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
High
this
Point, like that's like I don't know how much of it is anymore, but that's a obviously a big furniture place down there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Huge furniture coming out of there.
High Point, Thomasville, Lexington, they were all furniture places, but it's all been pushed down to High Point gets furniture market twice a year, and that's about it. Like all the furniture. There's one place in Thomasville we used to pick furniture up from. Other than that, the furniture business is about dead, and all of it's being made out Vietnam or China or whatever, and it just gets shipped in, stored in the warehouse, and sent out from there. But they're really hard to get into the warehouses with and get in the shipping with. They have huge contracts with Old Dominion companies like that for just about all their shipping. So
what what is the primary thing now? I mean, is it trying to fill that warehouse, or to get the truck running more regular? What is the thing that, and also, like, what direction do you guys want to move going forward? Is it just more focus in the warehouse thing, or
I
you're
would
looking to expand your fleet?
I would love focusing on the warehouse, at least in the short term. The truck, we've only ever had enough for the one truck. If we get more work to where it's feasible to get a second truck, third truck, whatever, we have no problems with that. But would really like to focus on the warehouse. It seems like the truck's always been kind of secondary to our business. It's just something to put somebody on the road and make a little extra money. I said we'd love to have it gone 5 days a week. But I figure if we can get the warehouse rolling, we'd be a lot better off, because that's going to be most of our expenses. It's going into warehouse rent, the extra insurances for storing stuff in the warehouse. So,
Well, what is it? But what is it that I mean, we're talking about you guys getting this business back, and one of the things that we had spoke about through DMs, Amber, and kind of backstage was like a lot of these, or actually a little bit on the show, but these larger places opening up, they can they're so big that they don't have to charge as much per square foot to take this stuff. So what is it that is special about you guys? That even though you're a smaller facility, that you are the place that people want to come and do and store their stuff and do business with, in the warehouse sense, or the transloading, any of that stuff.
Okay, thank you.
well, like I said, we're a small company. We're not going to be able to compete with somebody that has a 1 million square foot warehouse. That said, a lot of these bigger warehouses aren't going to take on small clients either. We have no issue taking on the smaller clients. We can fill their needs better than a huge place that's not going to think it's worth their time. Luckily, we have fairly low overhead with the lease setup and everything, so we don't have to charge huge amounts per square foot. We can somewhat stay competitive on that, but it's going to be more we can sit down and figure out what they need, how to cover it within their needs. Because, like I said, we're we're not going to be out there looking for somebody that just wants to store 100,000 square feet of stuff. We're going to be looking for somebody that needs to store a few hundred boxes or 50 pallets.
Yeah, well, that's it. That short-term stuff, man. I mean, that's what a lot of what you talk about. That short-term type storage stuff, or the people that deal with small inventory levels. You know what I'm saying? It's things like that. People that they order stuff in and it just comes, sits for a little bit until they can get a truck in there to get the stuff out. So
Right.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking about like maybe like construction, like project freight, like some of these construction companies, they get stuff shipped in all the time. Like, I used to do air conditioning units here in Tennessee, and like I've had to find a place to, park it for a few days. So I don't know. I'm trying to think over here.
when I'll tell you that when I had a job and we dealt with warehouse space and trucks and everything, and I talked about on the show before, is we dealt with a lot of stuff from the airport, which like you guys do. Our facility was right. I mean, there was really our facility, enough room to park cars, a fence, and then the runway where the planes came into the building. And I was actually talking to Steve about this. We used to keep a truck parked over there in their dock all day long, and they would just load stuff back and forth for us. But it was about versatility with the guy I worked for, and I'll give him, like, he did not say no to anything. I mean, he had a guy that wanted to store his Maserati and his Hummer because he was going out of country and he didn't want to leave him sitting in front of his house. And we literally went and rented a ramp from another company, and that dude drove his Maserati in his Hummer into our facility, and we roped it off and blocked it off and everything. But we dealt a lot with the small parcel stuff. We had contracts with DHL and UPS, and so we got all of their parcels, and we took them to the post office for them. So we would literally go to their sorting facility and pick up a trailer load. I mean, a 53-foot trailer load twice a day. And we would bring them back to the warehouse and sort them into routes. And I think we had 20 something trucks and Sprinter vans, and then like 4 semis that I was in charge of. We pushed them out every single day, and I had to deal with all that, all the incoming stuff, all the warehouse management, helping sort everything. And so, but I say it was about versatility. And y'all are talking about the UPS and all those things. I mean, maybe there's a way for y'all to get back into it with something like this. And funny enough, I literally just saw a thing today on someone's show about USPS is putting some of their loads on the load board now because they're taking them, 10 Roads, that 10 Roads company. Matter of fact, it was Alex Mai, Mother Trucker. That's who it was. USPS has took a lot of their stuff away from these dedicated carriers because they've realized, man, we can put this stuff out there on the free market and get this done for next to nothing, So, there's all kinds of ways out there. Maybe y'all be able to do something to deal with things like that. Maybe those are the type of customers that y'all want to go to and get back into that, because you already have the experience in that space dealing with the UPS or the UPS stuff before.
Right. Yeah. Something
we want to hear from you.
Look into.
We want to hear from you, Amber. Like you were a chatter mouth, and now it's funny. Y'all are giving me crap backstage when Hunter was like, "Man, Rob, why aren't you talking?" And I was like, "I'm just chilling." And now here you are, Amber, being the same way. Like we couldn't get you to shut up before we went live, and now we ain't got a word out of you.
God, it's like you know me or something. Jeez. I think. What? Oh. I didn't know what you were talking about. I'm just sitting here thinking that we are willing to take on most anything at this point. We want to survive. I want to continue to be a small business that's family owned in Greensboro and provide jobs to people in Greensboro. I want my warehouse rolling again. I miss hearing the forklift out there squealing around, and Jamie, my warehouse manager, going, "Oh my God, get this over here, and this has got to go over here." And it's like you walk out there now, You walk out there now and it's just crickets, and it's sad. You know, we've never taken out a loan to fund any of this. We've bankrolled everything ourselves. We have pushed, and I have absolutely buried myself in LinkedIn as far as, I mean, I've gone from 0 friends, connections, whatever. Y'all are my friends, okay?
Mhm.
I have my cell number, you're my friends. But I've gone from that to 678 since the beginning of January. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of paying attention and talking to people and sending out messages, with prayers. We're ready to be back up and running, and we just need the right people to connect with us so that we can show them who we are and what we do. And we're flexible. If I need to staff 24/7, I'll staff 24/7. All you got to do is tell me and make the work come in. That's it. When something comes in at 2 a.m, he's the one that he'll get up. If I don't have a driver ready to go, he gets up and goes and runs it. We try very hard not to ever turn down jobs unless we just have to. But right now, the faster we get this warehouse back rolling, or at least functioning, the better off we're going to be. And it's getting to the point that it's hard to make payroll every week. It's hard to make your employees feel secure when you're not. And then what do you do if they decide they don't feel secure? It's like, I need work. I want work. Hi, Robert. Robert built my webpage, y'all. If you need a webpage, get a hold of Robert. He is awesome. But I'm ready to see 365 become whatever it's supposed to be. And God has taken the things away that maybe we're not supposed to be, and opening up space for us to grow and be able to serve Greensboro. Greensboro surrounding. We go all over Virginia. We go South Carolina, North Carolina. We're a game for Tennessee. So
Be a lot nicer once they open 40 back up.
yeah. Probably help if they quit firing people that are working on I-40.
I looked it up yesterday. I think March 1st is the supposed date. 2 lanes both ways.
Is it 2 lanes both ways or 1 lane both ways?
Two lane both ways.
Really?
Yep. I was just as surprised as you. I thought it was gonna be like next year.
I thought it was like 1 lane both ways
All right,
and like
so-
40 miles an hour or something.
I think that's what they currently have working.
Oh, I gotcha. So
I
March
just,
next year.
I just had a comment. I just had a comment come in through DM. So the person obviously wants to stay anonymous, but they want me to ask, do you think the word courier in your name prevents you from getting the logistics business that you're looking for, like warehousing services? They said, maybe many people might think or might not think a courier company can handle the business that they're looking to add on. So basically they're, just saying, hey, what do you think maybe the name has something in it when people look up warehousing or whatever? So
It very well may have that effect.
Well, but you think about, like, there's lots of them of us out there that have that. But then again, I mean, and that's part of why I have pushed, on LinkedIn so hard to put what we do and all of it.
But I mean, that it could very well have that effect, just for the simple fact that people go looking for warehousing companies. They expect something with logistics in the name, or something with warehouse in the name, and never know.
Have you guys done anything in with SEOs? Do you know what SEOs are? Search engine optimization.
No, we have not.
We're gonna hook you up. I mean, I know money's tight or whatever, but maybe he could just give you guys some advice. But we got a friend of ours that that's all he does is marketing and helps with like SEOs and everything. You know, and like that stuff is extremely important. You know, like so, for example, when someone puts in warehouse, you know, you want you to pop up, even if they misspell warehouse, you want your name to pop up. If they search logistics, you want your name to pop up. Logistic, like any word you can think of. If they search sprinter van, your name needs to pop. So it's just like keywords. So when people go and search shit on the internet, it populates you to the top of the thing. That's why when you can go in right now and enter men's underwear, and probably Walmart's going to be the first thing that pops up. You know what I mean? Because like they're smart enough to know like these are
Well, yeah, I did just actually type in warehousing Greensboro, North Carolina, and it doesn't, like, y'all don't pop up because like your business title on there is courier services.
Yeah. So and like the transloading, that thing too, man. The comment that I just got asking all that made me think about that. Was, oh man, like, you know, that's a good point. Like if people are searching for that type of business, you know, I mean, if I'm in Washington and I'm looking for warehousing, you know what I mean, I'm searching warehouse in Greensboro, North Carolina. Me as a broker, I'll tell you, you talked about that transloading stuff, man. The hardest reason, the biggest, I'm saying this, the hardest thing, the reason there is to find, I can't think of a word, to find a place to transload is because you can go on Google or Google Maps or whatever, and you enter transloading and almost nobody pops up. But if you just start calling warehouses, they'll be like, oh yeah, we'll do it for you. You know what I mean? So it's, you know, it's one of those things that, yeah, that's man, look, I'm being smart today, bro. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Robert's already getting on it too.
Yay! Robert's on it.
Yeah.
He is awesome, y'all. He really, really is.
But LinkedIn, I mean, we talk about the power of LinkedIn all the time. And we have gotten so many.
No. The power of the Lounge Collective, brother.
Well, look, that too.
Yeah, LinkedIn. No, LinkedIn's the shit. I tell everybody, especially like drivers and stuff, man. Like, because you can find like I don't know. It's just where to connect. Like everybody, like, you know, even if we don't have that stuff, like Mr. Dot, John, like John might have somebody. Let's see.
John here is he's a driver up in the Northeast.
Beer guy.
Yeah, beer guy, man, our beer buddy. But
yeah,
he just
hey
said
John, I need to talk to you. Find me some customers up there.
when he looked y'all up on Google, it just said listed as courier service, and he said there might just be something to what that person said about the name. So commenter, I know you're still watching, man, thank you, very good, very good suggestion there.
That's awesome. Thank you.
It's there you go. I mean, it's crazy, but that's why so many people have the word logistics like in their name, or transportation, because it's a catch-all ass term. Man, that's a good one. That's a really good one right there.
I like that.
Yeah. And you know, and on LinkedIn, you know, like you're like y'all stuff, just be posting away. You know, Amber, like that's what y'all got to do every single day. Post
Did
away.
You like my little comment at the bottom that this post was not written by ChatGPT?
I did see that, but that is funny. That's funny. You know,
just
and
a little, Amber.
Y'all should, you know, you should lean into to social media. You know, I mean, like even Hunter and I mean, and a lot of brokers, you know, social media is a big thing. Trucking companies, it's huge. Like that's how people are really getting business, is having an online presence, you know, doing videos and doing little trend stuff and all that. So, you know,
oh God, y'all are going to make me start doing videos, aren't you?
No, you should. And I'm giving you this advice as like Hunter, he's 30, you know, me, I'm 40. And so like, I'm more y'all's generation. And like, we are, even though we grew up with technology and we have watched social media from its infancy, you know, I mean, you know, people don't really realize, you know, like AOL chat rooms were the beginning of social media, you know what I mean? And so, you know, we've watched the whole thing, but we also, a lot of us are stuck in that thing where we don't understand the power of online marketing and having a good social media presence. And, you know, I mean, and I didn't know that until we started this show, and being, having people like Hunter and as my friend, and my wife, like, even though she's 40, she's you swear she's 19 with some of the shit she watches. I'll tell you, like, babe, seriously, why are you watching that mindless stuff? But yeah,
That's how we decompress.
it is. She watches the most weird
Murder shows, man. Murder shows.
Sorry. Anonymous commenter is commenting me again.
Trying to think of who it is. Do I know the person?
Yeah,
Do I know the person?
No.
Okay.
I'll tell you in a little bit, Hunter. I'll tell you in a little. I'm trying to read. I don't have my glasses. Damn it, dude! I got to put my glasses on. I can't read it. It's on my screen so far away here, man.
I'll give you mine. We were at a restaurant the other day, and there was a guy.
All right,
trying to show something.
They said and this is crazy. I think outside. Yeah, that shit. We have four local Walmarts that have our phone number for rejected loads. They talking about y'all should go to all their local Walmarts and any other food distribution warehouses, anything like that, and leave their phone number and let them know that you can deal with their rejected loads. And he said, okay. Then the brokers and carriers will also then have your name from the warehouse to cross dock too. We get a bunch of restack, so forth, so on. So that's again playing into that whole cross dock and stuff. And you should. That's a good fucking idea. God darn it, man.
We are totally down for that. 100%.
And again, as a broker, like these rejected loads, a lot of the time these carriers don't want to take this stuff back, and customers don't want to pay to have this shit shipped back across country. But then there comes people like my boss. What my boss does is he deals in liquidation stuff. And so a lot of the, I've dealt with loads to where they will go and sit in a warehouse for a week or 2 or 3 until my customer finds a buyer that'll buy what is left that is good of the product. And they'll, try to sell it at whatever and recoup some of their money. And like people like my boss, that's what they do. They, find people that deal in liquidation, have products to liquidate, and he helps set up and buy the product, transport it, and all of that type stuff. So like,
does he need space in Greensboro? I have space in Greensboro.
I will actually talk to him. I mean, not for real, because he literally just opened up a warehouse in Phoenix. Because his business is expanding in that sector. So I don't know. I'll talk to him about that. Oh, it's a good thing. I don't know if he has any customers in that area, but I'll talk to him about it. I will.
It's right here, all day, every day. Just call me, text me, send a pigeon, put it in the little bucket on the St. Bernard, whatever.
Yeah, man, you're trying to show your age over there, Amber.
Hey, look, it is what it is.
Well,
better than pushing up daisies, right?
That's true. That's very, very true. Well, I don't know. Hey, you can't. So again, you the one that was telling us you keep getting all those calls from the prepaid funeral.
I do. I gotta figure out who set me up for that. That is just wrong.
I don't know, but when you do, please tell them I said that shit's funny.
When I do, they're gonna all of a sudden be pregnant and get
oh my God. Yeah, there we go with you. All right. Hey, we've hit the hour mark here. We've had a chance to get to know y'all, hear a little bit about your backstory and the struggles that you guys have dealt with, which was another important part of this. There are a lot of people out there, businesses, brokers, carriers, freight forwarders, warehouse people. A lot of folks are in the same boat. Things were really, really good, and after COVID and stuff changed, and we've yet to see any type of real normality, in our supply chain as far as rates and needs and all this stuff for quite some time. So it's been a really rough road for everyone, but also wanted to get you guys on here so people could get to know y'all a little better, because you're new. to LinkedIn, Amber and Christian, and so just wanted folks to get to see y'all and let everyone know that they could connect with you and give y'all a chance to get yourself out there, and talk about what you're looking for as far as the things you can service and the needs that you can help people with.
Sounds like a plan to me.
So
I am
with
here.
with that, do you have any exiting comments, questions, concerns, and do you want to give yourself and your business some plugs?
What do you think, sir?
Just plug us. You the star of the show. Go for it.
And you want me to do what?
Plug it.
Advertise.
There you go.
If you want to know who you're going to get when you call 365 Couriers, it's going to be me right here from 8 in the morning till midnight. We have warehousing space. We have courier services. We can do cross-docking, transloading. We will hold your stuff for however long you want us to hold it for. And we'll smile while we do it. Call me.
Well, where can they call you? Where can they find you?
They can call me on my cell phone at 336-486-5156. That is all over my LinkedIn profile. And email address is on there too. It is amber.williford@go365couriers.com. You can find that information on any one of my posts. So if you hunt me down, you'll find it.
Awesome. Incredible. And Amber has she's liked and shared this thing, so y'all can easily find her. But if you search Amber or Christian up with their last name, like they're the first ones to pop up. So I can say that they're easy to find. Make sure to go connect with them and also follow their company page on LinkedIn as well. Go cruise their website, check out all the things that they can do. And if y'all have anything out there for them, give them a shout. Maybe you don't have something now. Maybe you're dealing with a customer that you're like, oh man, maybe I could use this as leverage and stuff. The Atlantic seaboard is a hot place. We all know that. That's a hotbed for freight. So, and they're right there in the middle of it, and maybe y'all can help them out and they can help you and your customers out. So we're going to do a quick little sponsor break, and Mr. Howe and I will come back for some final words and let y'all know how we're going to end the week tomorrow. So our good friends over at Freight Validate. Y'all know them. You love them. If you don't have the service, you need to get it. Brain completely froze. I'm going to get it back. Website scrolling across the bottom of your screen with the phone number, the email, and the code to use. And our newest sponsor, Trailer Century from 7P GPS. Absolutely incredible device. Can go on any trailer and your tractors as long as it is air supplied. And it's a great little device. Has GPS and can help prevent theft. Completely locks up the air system and can't get around it. So help you really, really protect your equipment and your cargo. You can't take it anywhere if you can't move any of this stuff, right? You know what I mean? So make sure y'all go to the website, scroll across the bottom of your screen, send an email to Mr. Middleton, or you can call them and make sure you tell them you heard about it here on the line. Mr. Hound. What you got for us, ma'am?
Amber, sorry for calling you Amanda a billion times.
Send me some business. We'll forget it ever happened.
Yeah. But y'all are both now officially lounge lizards, so congrats there. It is a term of endearment. So anytime y'all have any announcements, just want to pop on and chill with us, let us know. You're always welcome. But yeah, everybody watching, go connect with these folks down here. Great people, love y'all's story, and here to help anywhere we can. So
that is awesome. Thank y'all very, very
thank
much.
you.
I just want to say from here on out, I will be calling you Amanda. So it's just going to be her little inside thing every day. It's your name now, man. And it's just going to stick. I'm telling you, every time I see you
Can I
talking,
edit my name on here now?
Amanda, what's up? That's how you're going to know
what?
it's me.
If we're doing business together, I don't care what you call me.
That's
I don't care. Call me Cindy. Call me Joe. I don't care.
I second everything Hunter said there. Thank y'all for coming on the show. Really did enjoy hearing y'all's story. I've enjoyed talking to, I would say both y'all, but I haven't really talked to Christian until now, but been enjoying the conversations that you and I've had, Amber, DMing on LinkedIn and getting to know each other a little better and stuff. And I have you locked into my brain. So, if I can think of any way that I can utilize you guys, then, I promise you that I will. And all I can say is just, keep chugging away. Like it's coming, and you just got to open up and try to be as versatile as you can. And we're all trying to do that right now. I mean, Hunter's on the carrier side, and that's where he's at. I'm on the broker side. That's where I'm at, man. We're all about diversifying and being as versatile as possible to try to control what little bit of this market that we can and put some money in our pocket. But y'all welcome back anytime you want, like Mr. Hound said. Tomorrow we're going to end the week again. We had a cool little tech week here. Well, besides you guys, we just fitted y'all in. It was supposed to be a tech week. Y'all messed it up, but it's okay. Tomorrow we're going to have, hope I'm saying his name correctly. Hunter can correct me if I'm wrong, but Glenn Lepresti from Tact. They have an incredible platform that helps with the warehousing stuff and helps to make things more efficient. So stuff gets out of that building quicker and helps the supply chain run better, amongst a whole bunch of other things. And so make sure I'll tune in for that tomorrow. We're going to close the week out, have some fun, and hopefully there'll be some talk about robots too. I hear this guy knows a little bit about robots, so we may be talking about warehousing robots. So dude, there you go. Y'all should watch tomorrow, man. You watch and listen to this guy.
We will.
Yeah. With that, we're going to head out of here. We'll see everyone tomorrow. Hope you have a great rest of your Thursday evening. As I always say, chunk them deuces, and Mr. Hound, roll that beautiful bean footage.
The views and opinions expressed on this show by its guests are not necessarily those of Lounge Media Group or the show host. So if you sue someone, make sure it's the party responsible for hurting your feelings. Also, grow up, be an adult, and understand not everyone thinks like you. And that's okay.